and personal belongings, and they have money, and they have, and then a lot of them related to obviously abuse, anything that might be considered violent offenses, and then drug-related offenses.
Thank you.
Cute.
I have one more.
Absolutely.
Okay. You mentioned about not paying the $500 if they have something. What if they have something and didn't know they couldn't get the job because of it? Can they, and they paid the $500 and get the classes, can they be reimbursed?
Once you make the deposit of $250, we do reimburse that if you haven't, I think it's within 60 days, because she'll take your deposit and then she'll sign you up for the class, and then if you have to reschedule. So usually within 60 or 90 days of when you've made that deposit, we will reimburse you for that class. Once you've gotten so far into the class, though, we can't reimburse. There's a certain amount of time that says, you can't be reimbursed. So that's why when you go to sign up for the class, they tell you. Or if you get a position with us and we fingerprint you, we're probably going to have your fingerprint results before we put you into that STNA training, so we're going to know that. What we ask you to do is just tell us before we ask that question on the application, have you ever been convicted of anything, at any time. So please just tell us if you have. That way we know beforehand, and then it doesn't have to worry about, if you paid that $500 or not. But if you do want to pay that $500 and you do have something, I would call us in HR first and review that with us just to make sure that it's.
I mean, I don't have anything.
No, I know. I'm just hypothetically, or if you're referring someone, or if there's anybody. I know. You never know what's gonna come back to haunt you later. And we see things, and honestly, because the state regulations, we even see expunged records, and people are thinking, oh, my expunged records, and we don't always hold those against people, but we see, if it's there, the state of Ohio sends it to us because of the type of job that we have. Healthcare used to be the second highest regulated industry in the United States next to nuclear power, but I think someone told me a few years ago that now healthcare is the highest regulated industry in the country. So there's a lot of things that we don't have, control over, even in hospitals, and because we have annual surveys every year. We have, if somebody files a complaint with the state, they're in our building looking at everything. So it's a very regulated industry. So we have a lot of things that we have to, say no to, even if we don't want to sometimes.
I have one minor question.
Sure.
You mentioned your numerous sites. Okay, if someone should want to pursue their STNA,
Sure.
do they have an option of selecting the site they would like to work? Or?
Yes. Typically, you would apply at which location you want to work in. If you take the paid program where you pay for it, on the last day of class, we come to the classroom and we interview anyone interested in working for our company, and we will sit down and go over the open positions we have and which locations, and then we refer them to those locations that they're interested in working in. If you're hired into the free program, the environmental nurse aid program, yes, you would just apply for a position. Not all of our nursing homes hire into that program because they don't need as many nurse aides, but in this area, a lot of them do. Like I mentioned, there's one in Liberty Healthcare Center. They hire into that program a lot. There's one up in the Brookfield area, Majory. It's called O'Brien Memorial Healthcare Center. They hire into that program. Guardian Healthcare Center, which just is a few miles from here on Belmont, when they need nurse aides, they will hire into that program as well. So it really kind of just depends on the staffing needs of that location at the time. But we usually have, in this area, we usually have 1 or 2 homes that are hiring into that program. Because then we know we're growing our own, and again, it gives us a chance too to check, to see how you manage your schedule and your workability as well, and then you can get that idea. So.
Do you train LPN in-house?
We don't. The only in-house training we do for LPN is like your CPR and those types of things that you need to upkeep. But actual LPN programs, no, we don't have an LPN program. I mean, there's some in-services and your CEUs and things that can be taken there, but the actual LPN, no, we don't have an LPN school.
What are your likelihood for promotion and pay increases?
Well, currently, in the STNA program, if you stay at the STNA level, it's just whatever annual, increases that we're giving that year. Like this year we gave performance, we gave based on performance. So there's not really different levels for an STNA, but if you're, going into an OPN or RN program and you've completed that for us, absolutely, if you've been a good STNA, and now you're working as a nurse, we'll find a nurse position for you when you're done with nursing. Or if you're going into those medical records or those administrative positions, we do post all of those in-house. So again, if you're working as an STNA and you see a medical records position open, or you see one of those positions open that you want, you're welcome to apply for it. And, again, we just do like anyone else does. What is your job performance? What are your abilities to do that job? And, there are opportunities that way to move up into other positions based on what your goal might be. We have what's called ward clerks in a lot of our departments. They get paid a little bit more. They are usually an STNA, but they manage a lot of the appointments that the residents need, because not all of their needs are taken care of in the facility, so they have to go outside for maybe x-rays or doctor's appointments and things like that. So the ward clerks help with a lot of those types of things, making sure that unit and that ward, those people get to where they need to be, their appointments are scheduled, so there's other opportunities like that as well. All right, any more questions? Well, thank you so much for letting me come today. I hope you learned a little bit more about healthcare in Windsor House. If you have any questions, you can call this training center number. You can get on our website, and look up any careers that we have. You can call us in HR. I'll be happy to talk to you. Or there's 3 other people in HR. They'd be happy to help you out in any way. We do post a lot of our job openings on the Indeed job website, if you're familiar with Indeed.com, and then on our website as well. So, if you're looking for positions, you can certainly go to those sites, and that would be a way to apply, or you can just go directly into our nursing homes, and apply that way. Currently, so. But again, thank you so much for letting me come today. I do appreciate your time, and good luck to all of you. I hope that, you find success, whether it's in healthcare or whatever field you choose to go into.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.